Have you ever wondered what makes a great leader? Is it their charisma, their decisiveness, or something more subtle? Many of us have preconceived notions about what leadership looks like. We often picture it as a grand spectacle, filled with heroic gestures and momentous decisions. We envision leaders as these larger-than-life figures, commanding the stage, captivating audiences, and making earth-shattering decisions that change the course of history. But let's take a step back from these grand images for a moment. What if I told you that leadership is often much more nuanced than this? What if the true essence of leadership is not found in these grand gestures, but rather in the quiet, subtle moments that often go unnoticed? Yes, you heard that right. Leadership doesn't always come with a loudspeaker and a spotlight. It's not always about making the big decisions or taking center stage. More often than not, leadership reveals itself in what we're calling micro moments. These are the everyday actions that may seem small, but carry a tremendous weight. They're the seemingly insignificant decisions and actions that can have a profound impact on those around us. Imagine, for instance, a manager who takes the time to listen to a team member's concerns, or a colleague who steps in to help when you're overwhelmed, or consider the friend who offers a word of encouragement when you're feeling down. These are all examples of micro moments of leadership. While these actions might not make the headlines, they're the ones that truly define a leader. They're the moments that show empathy, kindness, and understanding. They're the moments that foster trust, build relationships, and create a positive environment. And most importantly, they're the moments that inspire others to do the same. So forget about the grand gestures and the landmark decisions for a moment. Leadership is not just about being in the limelight, it's about the small, everyday actions that make a big difference. It's about the micro moments. So let's delve deeper into these micro moments of leadership. Imagine this. A team member makes a minor mistake on a project, and the team leader, instead of reprimanding, uses it as a teaching moment. Picture a bustling office. Amid the hum of the workplace, a junior executive nervously approaches her boss. She's made an error on an important report. The boss could berate her, but instead he smiles, reassures her that it's okay to make mistakes, and guides her through the process of correcting it. This is a micro moment of leadership. It's not a grand gesture or a monumental decision, but a simple act of empathy and guidance. Let's take another example. A project is running behind schedule, and the team leader could easily place the blame on his team. But instead, he steps up, takes responsibility, and works with the team to get back on track. That's another micro moment of leadership. It's not about pointing fingers, but about stepping up and taking responsibility. Consider a third scenario. A team member comes up with a fresh, innovative idea. The team leader could dismiss it, stick to the tried and true methods, but instead she encourages the team member to develop the idea further, fostering a culture of innovation and growth. That's yet another micro moment of leadership. It's not about maintaining the status quo, but about encouraging growth and innovation. These examples of micro moments are not exceptional or rare. They happen every day in workplaces all over the world. And they are powerful demonstrations of leadership. They show that leadership is not just about making big decisions or setting high-level strategy. It's about the small, everyday actions that demonstrate empathy, responsibility, and a commitment to growth. These micro moments may seem small, but they have a lasting impact on the team and the organization. They create a culture of trust, collaboration, and innovation. They inspire team members to do their best, to take risks, and to continually strive for improvement. And in the end, they can make a big difference in an organization's success. Remember, leadership is not always about the grand gestures. Sometimes it's about the tiny, everyday actions that show who we truly are as leaders. These micro moments may seem small, but they have a lasting impact on the team and the organization. So how exactly do these micro moments of leadership create a ripple effect within a team or an organization? Well, imagine a still pond. Then a single pebble is tossed into the water. The pebble, despite its small size, causes a series of ripples that travel far and wide. Similarly, these micro moments, though seemingly small, can cause a ripple effect that extends significantly within a team or organization. Let's look at trust building, for instance. Trust isn't built overnight. It's the culmination of countless micro moments where leaders are reliable, honest, and transparent. When a leader consistently exhibits these traits, it sends waves of trust throughout the team. For example, consider a leader who always takes responsibility for their actions, whether the outcome is successful or not. This behavior instills a sense of trust and respect among team members, encouraging them to follow suit and fostering a culture of accountability. Next, consider the ripple effect on creativity. When leaders encourage questioning, brainstorming, and risk-taking, even in the smallest of ways, it creates an environment where innovation thrives. Picture a team meeting where a leader asks for everyone's input, not just the senior members. This small action can spark creativity among team members, making them feel valued and heard. Over time, this can lead to groundbreaking ideas and solutions that might not have surfaced otherwise. Finally, let's talk about fostering a positive work environment. Micro moments of leadership that promote empathy, kindness, and understanding can have a profound impact on team morale. Imagine a leader who regularly acknowledges the hard work of their team or takes the time to inquire about their well-being. These small gestures create a ripple of positivity that boosts morale and promotes a supportive and inclusive work environment. In essence, these micro moments of leadership, much like the pebble in the pond, can cause far-reaching effects. They can build trust, inspire creativity, and foster a positive work environment. The ripple effect of these micro moments can transform an entire organization. Now that we understand the power of micro moments, how can we cultivate them in our leadership style? This is the question that sits at the heart of today's discussion. The first step towards cultivating micro moments is fostering self-awareness. This is not just about understanding your strengths and weaknesses. It's about recognizing the impact your actions and words have on others. It's about taking a step back and reflecting on how your decisions are shaping your team's performance and morale. Next, let's talk about empathy. Empathy is not just about understanding and sharing the feelings of others. It's about truly stepping into their shoes. It's about listening without judgment and acknowledging the emotions and experiences of your team members. When you show empathy, you're not just a leader, but a friend, a mentor, and a confidant. Continuous learning is another key element in cultivating micro moments. As leaders, we must constantly strive to learn and grow. This means not just acquiring new knowledge and skills, but also learning from our mistakes and failures. It's about embracing change and fostering a culture of learning within our teams. Now let's tie all these together. Imagine you're at a team meeting. One of your team members shares a challenge they're facing. Instead of immediately jumping in with a solution, you pause, you acknowledge their struggle, show empathy, and ask open-ended questions. You create a space for them to share their thoughts and feelings. This is a micro moment. In another scenario, you make a mistake. Instead of brushing it under the carpet, you acknowledge it openly. You share what you've learned from it and how you plan to avoid such mistakes in the future. This is another micro moment. These micro moments may seem small, but they have a profound impact. They build trust, foster collaboration, and create a positive and productive work environment. By consciously incorporating these micro moments into our leadership style, we can create a positive and productive work environment. So let's start cultivating these micro moments today. They may be small, but their impact is immense. In a world that often values grand gestures, it's easy to overlook the power of micro moments. But let's take a moment to reflect on what we've learned so far. We've uncovered the mystery of leadership and seen micro moments in action. We've explored their ripple effect and discussed how to cultivate these precious moments of leadership. Micro moments of leadership are those seemingly tiny yet impactful actions that exhibit the character, empathy, and wisdom of a leader. They may appear insignificant in isolation, but when combined and consistent, they create a powerful leadership presence. Think about it. A simple good job after a presentation, a quick check-in with a team member who seems a bit off, or even a small act of kindness can make a world of difference. It's these micro moments that can turn a good leader into a great one. These moments show your team that you're not just a figurehead, but a human being who cares about them. They foster trust, promote open communication, and encourage a positive work environment. They make your team feel valued and seen. Micro moments also have a significant impact on an organizational level. They create a culture of respect, empathy, and understanding. They inspire others to follow suit, leading to a ripple effect that can transform an entire organization. So don't underestimate the power of these micro moments of leadership. They're not just a drop in the ocean, but rather they are the ocean in a drop. They're the small actions that reflect the true essence of your leadership. In the grand scheme of things, it's not about the big, flashy decisions or grand gestures. It's about the consistent small actions that show who you really are as a leader. It's about creating a positive impact, one micro moment at a time. Remember, leadership is not just about the big decisions. It's about the micro moments that show who we really are as leaders.